Hey, busy crafters. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Jessica, and I called you here today because we're going on to Christmas. That is right. So, welcome Christmas. I know it's October, but I guess we give everybody the time to not only view our channels and see the Christmas, but to have time to go out there and recreate them before Christmas. So, here is to project number 1. Now, this one right here is kind of cute, not gonna lie. It is kind of cute. So I take that little letter thing from the Dollar Tree, and yeah, it's from, Valentine's Day, but I tear it apart. Yep, I do. And I literally do. I tear it apart because some of it's tacked down. See, that little piece came off right there. It's not even right now, but it works for what I need it to work for. And so I literally take it apart, and yeah, I am going to scrape off any of the paper that is folded up. First, I take off the little hanger. It is kind of warped, but that's okay. It's just a little Christmas idea, or a little Christmas DIY. And what I do is I take off all of the excess paper. I don't scrape it all the way down because I'm just going to put another piece of paper on top of it, cardstock. So it's not even thin paper, it's actually cardstock. And of course, it's going to be a Christmas cardstock. So my middle son is always having his mail delivered to our house. And half the time it just sits on my foyer until, I have to threaten him. Come get your mail or I'm going to burn it. I'm kidding. I would never do that to him. But it sits on my foyer table, and I like my foyer table to be cleared and clean and nice. And I can't do that with, 400,762 pieces of his mail. So what I do is I go ahead and I try with my Aleene's tacky glue, and it wasn't doing what I needed it to do. It wasn't spreading all the way. It was a little bit thicker, which is weird because I bought it not too long ago. And so I just take some Mod Podge and I just, Mod Podge the entire thing. And I don't do the wait on it to dry, and no, I just put it on there wet. And I make sure all the bubbles are out of it and it's all nice and, flat. And it turned out pretty nice. No bubbles, no wrinkles, no tears, no nothing like that. So that was pretty, pretty impressive for me. And then I just take my little zip zander and I just go all the way around it and take off the excess paper. So I'm going to use this for my son's mail. Yep, during Christmas time. The rest of the time that's not Christmas, I just have to deal with it on the foyer table. Yep, you're going to have to do that. But what I do is I go on to my Cricut and I see that they have the little stamps. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cute. So I go ahead and just do the print and cut, because Cricut has that feature. And I just do the print and cut on that. And I glue them down because, it's a letter. And this is, postage and all that other great stuff. So that's why I chose those. And the white and the red stamps, they were a little bit too bright for me because if you see the paper on the back, it's kind of dulled down a little bit. So what I do is I just take my, where did it go? I just went totally blank. My distress. No, I take my distress oxide in espresso. Yeah, ground espresso. And I just go ahead and I try to dirty it up a little bit to just try to not it be so red in your face, or the white is really. And I got a little bit on the envelope itself. And so I just go ahead and decide just to stress it all. I don't do it for the or the top, that piece right there. I don't do it for that because it's already kind of dulled down a little bit. So then what I do is I just take some Jenga blocks, or not Jenga blocks, tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. So this is a Dollar Tree project that, anybody can do. And I go ahead and place them all there. Now, with the first one, I just did hot glue, but then I decided, you know what? We should do, Aleene's tacky glue as well as hot glue for, permanent hold as well as immediate hold. And that's what I did all the way around. And I hope I don't have to show you guys it, or don't show you guys the whole thing, but if I did, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think, okay, they got the hang of it, Jess. They got the hang of it. Oh, goodness. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I made you watch the whole thing. Yeah. That's terrible. What was I thinking? Apparently not, because I'm working on another project. Well, I'm working on other projects with the, yeah, the Just Our Imagination. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get into a little bit of that. So I go ahead and be like, okay, that works. And then I go ahead and just, tacky glue and hot glue all the way around it. And I was going to put a bow on it, but, it is really just for my son's mail that likes to be laying around the house for 75 years. So I figured that's what I'm going to do. Then what I do is I go ahead and use the original hanger that was on it. I tie it up into a knot, and then I just put the knot in the back and hot glue it in the back. And that way it is not moving. And then you see me like clip off a couple there because pieces are flying. In this craft room, pieces fly all the time. And then that's where I'm hot gluing it in the back. And so that way, that's what you see. And then it has a little pocket, so it's not going to hold 400,000 pieces of mail, but it'll hold enough, And then there's the end product. Let me know what you guys think of it. I think it's cute, but of course, I have to say that because who says, ugh, I did a terrible, horrible job. Well, I do that sometimes. Yeah. I'm going to take a moment to thank every single one of my subscribers. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys are really the best, and this channel will not be where it's at if it wasn't for you guys. So I truly do appreciate you guys. You have no idea. So now on to project number 2. Now this one was a little bit easier. It is sublimation. I like sublimation. I make cups. I make, if I can sublimate on it, I'm going to sublimate on it, because that's just how I roll, So, well, I keep saying a lot too now. I just realized that. For shame. But I am who I am, and that is what I do. And you're getting the real me, the raw me. I don't go by script. I just watch the video and I talk about it. Yeah, that's what I do. It's how I roll like that. But I take that little sandwich board that you get from the Dollar Tree, and I painted the whole thing in my chalk paint and ruby. And I was going to do green in the other one, but I just like, you know what, it's Santa Claus, so we'll just keep it red. So that's what we do. We keep it red. Before I sublimate on anything, all of my surfaces that are hard surfaces, I do wipe it down with the alcohol, only because you don't want your oils, the oils from your hand and stuff like that, to be on there when you sublimate. It can mess it up. Now, the funny thing is both of these images came from the same designer on Creative Fabrica. They were printed at the same exact time on the same piece of paper. And I sublimated them at 385 degrees for 45 seconds each. The thing is they both came out totally different. So one came out the dark, vibrant red that, that you kind of expected it. It kind of looked like the picture. It's the one at the top of the screen right now. Not the one that I'm working on, but the one at the top of the screen right now. When I sublimated on that, it came out absolutely gorgeous and vibrant. The other one came out lighter. And so it was weird to me because I do it for 45 seconds. So both of them got 45 seconds, but I should have done the other one for a little bit longer, because a lot of the ink did not come off of the paper and go onto the what do you call it? Oh, the hard surface there. So I thought that was kind of weird because same ink, same printer, same designer, same Creative Fabrica, different, outcomes on them both. So here it is. And you'll see here, it doesn't look really bad. Like this one right here. Okay, so the one I'm pulling up right now, it has more of a tomato red than the dark, red. And you can see on the picture that I tore up right there, there's still a lot of ink on their paper, opposed to that one that does not have a lot of ink on the paper and is still more vibrant. Now, they both came out amazing. I need more Santa Claus stuff because my living room theme is Santa Claus. So each room has its own theme. Kitchen is gingerbread, what do you call it? The living room is Santa Claus. Nutcrackers are in the foyer. Like, yeah, it gets pretty crazy and wild over here. Dining room is snowmen. And so what I do is I just take some of that washi tape that I got way back when I was still doing cards, because that's how I started out, as I was doing cards, and I loved making cards. You know, I should make cards again. That was very peaceful and relaxing. But then I just go ahead and take that washi tape. Now, the thing is washi tape will stick to paper, no problem. Yeah, it does not stick to this, you know, very good. So I noticed that it was coming up. What I did is I just put a little bit of hot glue in the back, and before putting it down to where it was going to, like, you know, yeah, see, I gave it a little bit of time. But, you know, I put it down there, and it's still holding up. It did not melt through the tape. It did very well, actually. So I was going to do both of them the same, but I was like, nah, they're kind of different. So I did different tape across the top, and I just go ahead and hot glue it down. Now, I was gonna add some more stuff to it, but for me and my style and how my living room is, I decided to just let the focus be on Santa and Mrs. Claus. You know, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. And that's what I wanted to do. And I love these pictures because I just love it when people have happy marriages. And so these look like, you know, they have a happy marriage, you know, even though they live in the snow. Anyways, tell me what you think. Again, follow me on all of my social medias. The links to them will be in the description box below. And yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. So now on to project number 3. Project number 3 was a huge pain in the rear. Yeah. This project took on 3 entirely different things. So I had a beautiful image of Santa Claus, gorgeous image of Santa Claus that I was going to print out. I was all excited. Then I realized I didn't have that size paper. So what do? I ordered that size paper on Amazon. They shipped quicker than I couldn't even. Normally it takes them a day or 2 to ship. The minute I ordered it, it was shipped. It was crazy. They were on top of their game. And then I realized, are you serious? I do not have any printers that print that size paper. So I guess I'm going to be asking for a printer for Christmas. But anyways, so I go ahead and I paint this whole thing that I got from the Dollar Tree. It was a $5 section. I painted the whole thing white. When the Santa Claus wasn't going to work, I decided we're going to do something different. So then I painted the whole thing blue, and I liked the way the white was shining through. So then I, you know, scraped it up just a little bit to kind of give it that starry night, because I was going to do stencil. So I printed out or cut out the stencil. I also did the whole thing white. The stencil messed up. And so I was about to take all the projects, throw them out the window, quit YouTube, and go cry in the car somewhere. But then I decided, you know, let's just give this, you know, I took a break, took a breather. My husband came home, gave me a hug, felt much better. Next day I was like, okay, I'm not going to let this win. So what I do is I go on to Fabrica, found another beautiful image of Santa Claus, and decided to just do a double layer sticker that's, you know, on it. So I put the paper down, you know, the tape, down the transfer tape, and then the whole sticker just stuck to that thing. So it was a fight there too. I mean, they were really testing my patience. But I go ahead and just continue on with it, and I ended up, you know, beating beating the craft. Yeah, you kind of have to be smarter than the craft itself, and that's what I did. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm in a good mood. I'm listening to my Jesus music, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. And so I, you know, got it all done. It's a little tiny bit off. I was going by the top of his hat, but his shoes and the present is just off a little tiny bit, not much. So I go ahead and lay it down, and then I was like, oh, that's so pretty. I love it. Okay, I'm not mad at you no more. And as I'm peeling it off, I'm like, okay, pretty cool. Like, it's now sticking, and everything was absolutely wonderful. So then I was like, well, we just can't have Santa floating in the sky reading a book. Okay, he's not reading a book, guys. I did not throw him out in the snow, and he's reading a book. What he's doing is, while the reindeers are taking a bathroom break, he's actually looking for directions because little Timmy moved. And so, yeah, he's just making sure he's on the right path to little Timmy's house. All right, so yeah. And then I just go ahead and take some cotton balls, mess them all up, and start gluing them down to the bottom. So I do that with Mod Podge. And the cotton balls, it's It doesn't give me the look that I wanted to, have, because they are kind of clumpy and there's like, it's crazy. So what I do is I just do the best I can with the cotton balls, thinking of, I really wish I had my faux snow, but I haven't gotten all the Christmas crafting stuff down yet. So I'm just going to make do, and that's what I do. But then I got clever, and there we go. I'm, kind of going up on the side. So that way it looks like he's just sitting in the snow. And yeah. So then I just go ahead and take the Gorilla spray glue that I'm doing there, and I just put a fine layer of, it's like really fine white glitter. Don't tell my husband. My husband hates glitter. Hates it with a passion. And I just go ahead and do that with the glitter, and then I just go ahead and spray down the whole thing again so the glitter doesn't go everywhere, because, glitter really is just terrible. It has a pretty shimmer look, but it is actually just terrible. So then I take a wet wipe and just clean up the sides a little bit, because it had a little bit of glitter on it as well. And then I go ahead and I have these little snowflake gems that I got from Hobby Lobby 2 years ago, I believe. And I just place them down, No rhyme or reason, just wherever I thought they looked good. I mean, it's snowing. I mean, it's Christmas Eve. Like, I don't mind Christmas Eve and Christmas snow. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love snow on Christmas. We never get snow on Christmas, We get snow in the most inconvenient time of our lives. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I get to deal with. So when I put the first one down, I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I go ahead and spray the whole thing with my Gorilla spray adhesive glue, and then I sprinkled the same glitter on there as well, and then spray it down to give the night sky kind of a little shimmer. And then I go ahead and hot glue down all of the little snowflakes. And I'm hoping that I'm not making you guys watch me do the whole entire thing. I probably, no, I think we're coming up to where I don't have to, I'm not going to make you watch it. So then I was like, okay, need something else. Everything's looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. Even though this project took on 3 different projects, we're doing pretty good. So then last year I went to Hobby Lobby, and when all their ribbon was on sale, I went crazy. Went crazy. Crazy up the wazoo. And I just go ahead and make an awareness bow, and then use white pipe cleaner. I fluff out the bow and leave it there. And then this is actually from this year at Dollar Tree, and it was for their fall line. And so I just go ahead and make another awareness bow, stick it on there, and then, tie it all up. And then last year at Walmart, they had that little one right there. It's shimmer, and it's full of glitter, but it's not wired, so it's just kind of like floppy there. It just flops there. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, let's see here. Let's try this again. Okay, I guess that's okay. That's too much. I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, let's just take this off. That's what I was thinking. And then I just used that little shimmer thing to just wrap it around. See, I showed you, it was real quick, but... So yeah, I just go ahead and glue it all the way around and tack it down in the back. And then I put it to the top of the board. Oh, first I dovetail the ends. And then I realized on the second one, the blue one right there, I was like, okay, dovetail that. Wait a minute, this is not right. Okay, we got to, make it right. And then I dovetail it again. And then that's how I make my bows. Like, you have women like Kathy Jo and Brenda who are like bow masters. That's not me. I sit there and I watch them and I'm like, yeah, you wonderful ladies lost me. I'll just stick with the awareness bow. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I kind of like the way the tails on the bow, just like, they're curved and everything. I like that look. So that's what I did here too. Because I didn't want to take away from Santa reading his map. That's not a book. He's not out in the cold, sitting, he's just looking for the address. All right. I mean, he's getting old. He's like, what? How many years old is he? He old. So, yeah, like my grandmama was, expecting Santa Claus. So he's out there. So he's just doing that. So then, yeah, that sandwich board is new. I got it at Dollar Tree, and it was in their plus section. So then there's the final one on that one. You really can't see the glitter like I get up a little bit up close and you can kind of see it. It's really fine white glitter, and so you really can't see it too much, but it's there in person, you can see it. So here's the final reveal for everything. Okay, so normally I try to do 5. I'm trying to get 2 videos out a week, Fridays and Mondays. Of course, when there's a collaboration on a Saturday, I will just, you know, push that Friday video out to Saturday. But I am going to be, you know, back again on Monday with the Just Our Imagination collaboration. Trust me, once you guys see what we have to use, toilet paper, pill bottles, and a mop head, yeah. So come check us out on Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. And until I see you again, God bless you and have a wonderful week. God bless you guys. Bye.